How you doing? This is John Harris here, and I'm here with my final speech of the course with accountability. And basically, I'm here to persuade my audience on how accountability is one of the most important values in your everyday life. I want to start off like this: when you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth, you take your shower, you wash your face, you eat your breakfast, and whatever order you do it. You're holding yourself accountable for having a successful start of your day that could translate to having a successful ending of your day. I say this because of this. When you was a kid and your parents installed this in you, that you need to brush your teeth, you need to eat your breakfast in the morning, you need to shower, or whatever it is, that was a form of accountability as a parent in telling your kid that this is what you need to do and you started your day to have a great day when you're going to school. And years later, here you go doing the same things to have a successful day at work or some of it is in school. So just being held accountable in the beginning of your day, it gotta be somewhere where it's a formula that means you're gonna have a successful life. Just being held accountable. If you're gonna have a successful life, somewhere and somehow you gotta be accountable for something. You're not gonna just go through this life and think, hey, this is what it is and I'm happy. Somewhere, somehow you was accountable for something, whatever it is. I want to say when I was 14 years old and I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, coming from the Bronx, New York, I didn't hold myself accountable for nothing. I felt like everything was going to be given to me. I felt like my parents is telling me that you're moving to Atlanta, Georgia, where it's going to be a better life coming from the city of New York. So I'm thinking, everything's gonna be better for me. I don't have to prepare for nothing. I'm coming from the city of New York in a Catholic school, trying to get better learning there, where I come to Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm in public school now, and I'm thinking it's easier. Well, right there, I failed. 14 years old, I'm in public school, I'm coming from Catholic school, I'm thinking I don't have to hold myself accountable to study as much as I did in Catholic school, being prepared for everything, just coming down, just having a confidence as a New Yorker, just coming to Atlanta thinking that I'm just going to be better and just being myself and just moving along with the motion. I was wrong right there. I didn't hold myself accountable at all at 14 years old. And I can say this now, which is 14 years ago, I'm 28. And me not being accountable was a trend all the way up to about 25 years old. I'm just now seeing a drastic change of how holding myself accountable is a different thing. So speaking of 14-year-old kid, moving from New York to Georgia, I'm in class, I'm not really paying attention, I'm thinking I could just, halfway through the class and pass. I was completely wrong. Freshman year started off bad. I failed Algebra 1 and I failed biology. And not because I didn't know the work, just because I wasn't prepared for anything that the course had for me when it was time to take a test. When it was time to have discussions about what we spoke on last week, I didn't pay attention and I thought I knew everything and I didn't know nothing. And I didn't hold myself accountable for those things to be prepared for that. Fast forward to, I'm an 18-year-old kid in Iowa in college on a full basketball scholarship. Here I go again. I'm thinking everything is going to be handed to me. I'm a scholar, basketball player. I'm thinking everything's going to be handed to me. I was wrong again. Freshman year in Iowa, totally different environment. I'm there. I got high confidence in myself, of course. But I'm not taking the proper steps as an adult. Being a young adult at 18. Yes, I'm a child and everything at 18, but it's certain things you have to do. You gotta prepare yourself in these college courses. Me just not being prepared in college at all lost me a full scholarship, and that's just not me being accountable for myself. You have these talks with your parents of what you could have did different and where you went wrong, but it all sums up to what didn't you hold yourself accountable for. So I didn't hold myself accountable for being prepared for college at all. Being prepared for any courses, I just was in there, things were going to be given to me as a student athlete, not knowing that the student came first before the athlete. That's what I didn't know. So I ended up losing a scholarship where it pushed me back in life. Where now I'm back home trying to figure out things on how I'm going to get back to college, how I'm going to get back on a full ride and not pay for college. And it was certain steps I had to do to get to that point. I had to hold myself accountable, first of all, of going to summer school, passing all these classes, getting back in good grace with the coach. I had to hold myself accountable for all the things, waking up early, doing the extra work, doing the extra practices, doing the extra sprints or whatever it was, speaking up louder in practice. Once I seen that I was doing those things and I had a better rapport with the coach, at that point I didn't know that I was holding myself accountable for those things, but I just seen the difference. So that's one example I have. But fast forward to life, it was just a lot of extra things that I didn't do. Where I remember getting in trouble in college because we had a food program that you had to fill out by a certain day, and the coach was on my back because I didn't fill it out a certain day, so I ended up not getting this extra assistance from the school. Where now I'm hiring back home. Mom, I'm hungry. Coach, I don't got no food, and he asked me this. Well, did you fill out this? Did you get this out the deadline? And I'm like, no. Now I'm looking at if I took the time out and not focus on partying and girls and all that stuff, I wouldn't be screaming out, I'm hungry, because I did the proper things to get to what things I need. So when you take the proper steps to get the things done in life that what you need, everything's gonna be better. Preparation is key. Being prepared for life is gonna make a better life. And being prepared comes with being accountable for certain things. When you're accountable and you have a goal and you set out these goals and do them and you hold yourself accountable to those goals, I feel like everything's gonna be a smooth sailing from that point. You're always gonna have your up and downs in life, but once you're prepared and you're holding yourself accountable in this life, a lot of things become much easier. Now I'm 28 years old and I'm back in college and I'm trying to do a little things more different. And it's much different because I'm a father of two, I'm a husband, and I have 2 jobs. So I have a lot of things going on at once, and you gotta somehow put that in order. You gotta set out what you're gonna do here, what you're gonna do here, what you're gonna do there. So holding myself accountable to making sure home is good, making sure work is good, I have seen the drastic change since a kid to making sure that everything's in order. I'm holding myself accountable for that my life is good. When you're accountable for things, I think life is gonna be good. And when life is good, I feel like everybody's in high spirits. So just every day when you're going through these lives, and you're gonna have your plan, but you gotta be accountable for everything. When you're accountable, you're successful. In any form of matter, you're successful. This was a great course. I learned a lot. Just learned about myself and not having confidence and speaking in front of a camera. Now I have a little better confidence speaking in front of a camera. Just reading the courses guidelines, the syllabus and things like that, and installing that in my life, taking that account to put this so I could be successful in this course, is that helped me. So with that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed my speech, and I hope everybody could install being accountable in their everyday life and see the drastic change. You're gonna have a drastic change when you hold yourself accountable. Thank you.